Selamat pagi, good morning, good Wednesday to everyone who's watching right now. We have a very special MG Connect. It's in the middle of the week. I know you guys probably expect us to go on Friday, but because we are gonna be talking to a very special brand today, and we want to cover a lot of things, right, about their portfolio, and they're gonna showcase all these different properties all over the world. Yeah, it's going to be very special. Before we start, what I want to do is usually I want to say hi to everyone. We've had people like tune in half an hour before the live start, which is we appreciate that, and it's very fun. Hari ini buat teman-teman yang agent Indonesia, we are gonna do this in English, so it's gonna be a bit bilingual. So if anyone wants to ask the question, kalau misalnya ada yang pingin bertanya menggunakan bahasa Indonesia, tugas aku adalah untuk menerjemahkan dan juga menyampaikan itu ke timnya Swiss Bell Hotel International kali ini. So it's gonna be very exciting. Ada Teguh, ada Suhahana, Muhammad Farid, which is our sales team. Our sales team is in the backstage ya, sambil monitor chat. Jadi kalau perlu bantuan bisa bertanya dengan mereka seputar Swiss Bell Hotel juga. Dan juga tentunya di sini udah menyapa nih dari tim social media Swiss Bell Hotel International. Kalau misalnya kita we miss out on a couple of your questions, mereka juga siap membantu dengan pertanyaan-pertanyaan teman-teman gitu. But anyway, yeah, I'm glad that you guys are here. We already have a lot of people in the chat. So I think without further ado, I'm not going to explain Swiss Bell Hotel International by myself. I do have a friend over all the way from Dubai, based in Dubai. So I'm going to invite her over right now. Welcome to the show, Priyanka. Hi, good morning.
Hi, good morning. Hi, Dimas.
Hi, Priyanka.
Hi, everyone.
It's very early for you, but I'm glad that you decided to join us and to showcase the properties that Swiss Bell Hotel has to offer, right? So the floor is yours. Maybe you could introduce yourself to the agents.
Yeah. Yes, first of all, a very, very good morning to everyone. Yes, it's a bit early for me, signing in from Dubai, but it's a pleasure to be here on this session. Thanks, Dimas, and thanks, MJ. Holidays. I would like to introduce myself. I am Priyanka Kapoor, the Group Director, Sales, Marketing, Branding, and Communications. Now, the title is pretty much never ending, but we keep it at that and keep it short and sweet. It's been only 16 years that I've been with the company. Right,
and that's not that long. That's not that long.
But, yes.
but talking
don't start getting my age though. But
talking with you, Priyanka, I know that I feel like you know every property by heart just by me asking you, and which is very exciting. I hope the agents will ask you a lot of questions, but hopefully they don't overwhelm you because your team is already in the backstage too to help you out with all these questions around your properties, right? But I'm excited. Welcome to the show, Priyanka. You want to get talking about what you want to showcase today?
Yeah, go ahead. So Swiss Bell Hotel International. Well, the company has been existing for about 36 years. We are still in September, and this is very much our anniversary month. It was just 2 days back that we were 36 years of age. Okay. So it was our birthday celebration.
You didn't mention that.
Yes, it was a birthday celebration for us. So 1987, established in Hong Kong. We are now 125 hotels and projects, and also among one of the first 125 hotel companies in the whole world, in hotel chains, existing in 20 countries with 13 offices and offering 16 brands across 5-star, 4-star, 3-star, 2-star markets. And what we really, really believe in as our culture is our Swiss professionalism merged with our Asian passion, because we are very big in Asia, and we feel that actually hospitality is in the blood of Asians in general. So that's why passion for service comes from there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure our Indonesian agents are familiar with the properties in the country, and that's really good. We are going to be focusing on that. The properties that that we will be showcasing. You did mention that it's focused on the family friendly ones, and I'm excited to kind of like talk about all of these. Right, Swiss
Cool.
hospitality. Yeah, I completely forgot about that. Uh, but I know, yeah, the standards that you set, it's really good. You could see it. You could see it from this video, right, Priyanka?
Yeah, thanks for that, Dimas. No, in fact, Swiss, I mean, Switzerland is known for the hospitality. It's like the leader in hospitality. The best hotel schools are in Switzerland. But then again, I always say that you go to Europe and you ask for one extra thing, and people either will make you pay for it or say, sorry, we cannot. But come to Asia, and my God, we are all about
Y-
hospitality. So that's
Yeah.
why we bring this special mergence of the Swiss hospitality with Asian passion for service. But as you can see on the video, yes, the standards are quite particular. They are meticulous, like the Swissness should be. And when it comes to our property portfolios, of course, they are across all the countries that came up on the video before this,
Mhm.
which are ranging all the way from New Zealand, Australia, Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand, Vietnam, Philippines, and towards Middle East. And very
Yeah.
soon we'll be also going into Africa.
Okay. Speaking about your portfolio, right? 125 hotels. Let's talk about your categories here, which
Yes.
is the look. Okay, I'll let you explain
Ah,
it.
okay, so as you can very well see on the screen, 57% of our portfolio sits in the four-star market and what we call as the upscale, mid-scale, or upper mid-scale market. And that is really our forte. After that, what we really offer is a three-star. So between the three and the four-star, we have our 80 to 85% portfolio sitting there. The rest of
Mhm.
it is five-star, two-star. And I think this kind of separates us from many other chains which are
Okay.
very high in luxury. But I think what we offer is very good service and very good value for money.
Yeah, we will cover a couple of these during today's showcase, right?
Yes.
But then, like, there is one name here on the luxury upscale category, which is Mawa. I'm looking forward to that later, but yeah.
Good,
But
good. Because I
you
have a
did
story
mention,
about it too.
yeah. 125 properties, 20 countries. Today we are going from east, which is Australia, starting from Australia, and then we're moving westward towards the Middle East. And that's yeah, for agents who are curious about maybe the property, the Swiss Bell Hotel properties outside of the country, we are going to be covering a lot of those today. So yeah, if you have any questions, do ask us, right?
So,
But
Dimas, I might mention that we are
mhm.
starting off with New Zealand, not
Oh, New
really
Zealand. Sorry.
Australia.
Okay. Uh,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah,
uh, and then for the brands itself, the names, right? A lot of your properties have the Swiss Bell name attached to it, kind of like this, but
correct.
maybe
Can I
particular.
call it in the social media language? We call it the handle. Yes,
Oh,
so
the
that's our
handle. Okay.
handle,
Okay.
the Swiss Bell. So, and then after Swiss Bell, kind of the product definition. So anything like Swiss Bell Suites would be a suites product. A Swiss
Mhm.
Bell Boutique is a small but luxurious little place which is very cozy. Swiss Bell Hotel, Swiss Bell Resort, Swiss Bell Residence, Swiss Bell Villas. Everything is self-explanatory
Yeah.
except for the first two, which you yourself mentioned, Maua and Bohemia, that sit in the luxury category. And at the end, you have Zest, which is an absolute design specific two-star budget offering, totally existing only in Indonesia at the moment.
Ah, okay. Okay. Oh, I didn't realize that, Jess. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, we will cover a lot of these today, right? I think
Yes,
everyone's excited to
fire
kind of
away.
like start moving. Starting with the first country that we're gonna cover, which is New Zealand, Priyanka. Very refreshing, right? Because straight out of the gate, what I can see from the photos of the properties that you have in New Zealand, everything feels like it's in touch with nature, which is completely unexpected because sometimes maybe hotels are like in the middle of the city, but then your properties here are you know uh you can see mountains, you can see lakes, kind of like that.
Mm.
Yesterday I saw the photos, right?
Totally.
Yeah.
Yes. I think that's a very good observation. Yes. And I'm glad that the images depict that. But New Zealand being already a very, very environment friendly place, right?
Hmm.
It makes sense for us to open properties where people would go to experience those beautiful locales.
Yeah.
And what you can see on the screen here is Napier, which is an absolute wine county.
Yeah.
It is an Art Deco place and known for its old style cars and for its wine collection. Auckland, of course, being a very, very city oriented
Yeah.
place, but Queenstown, coming to Queenstown, we have two properties there, which are um, in winters. And let me tell you, the winters over there are actually summers for the rest of the world,
Yeah.
right?
It's flipped around, right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
So in winters, it turns into pretty much a ski resort, and in summers, of course, it's a lake. And
Yeah.
there, that is those two properties. One is a three-star with a bowling alley, and the other one is suites, which are quite a comfortable apartment-style property.
Yeah.
So if you go on to
So
the
yeah.
next slide, yeah,
Hmm.
this would be our
Auckland.
property, which is in Auckland, city center. But this location cannot get better, really. We are right on Victoria Park, just 5 minutes from Queen Street, which is where everybody wants to be. And of course, connectivity to Viaduct, connectivity to all the ferries and everything. So ideal location when it comes to
In the
Auckland.
middle of Auckland, right? So very strategic location, kind of like that.
Yes.
Whether it's going to be for a business oriented guests, yeah, this is definitely where
Tourists,
you want to stay, right?
mainly, yes.
Tourists.
I
Okay.
mean,
Yeah.
yeah, business or tourism, because all these places that I mentioned, which are like connectivity, the ferries and all. Tourists basically come to Auckland and then they take these ferries to other
Yeah.
places in New Zealand. Yeah.
Okay. Next is we're going to be covering the three cities, right? The properties in the three cities. There's the Queenstown
The
one,
tree.
which is you said it's a winter resort during the summer.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
it's
right.
completely for the you like I mentioned before. You could see mountains from the
Mm.
property, kind of like that. It's yeah. So
So it's
this is
nestled
what I'm
into
very
these
surprised about. Yeah.
beautiful, yeah, beautiful mountains. And Queenstown is an absolute delight to be in. Very fresh air, and especially if you go in the summertime as well, you can see the lake there, which in winters is then a ski resort. And we have activities inside our properties like the bowling alley. So, and very family friendly properties
Yeah.
actually. Most of all of our properties in New Zealand are pet friendly, by the way. Yes. So
Ah. Okay.
anybody that comes with, yes, with their dogs or cats, by the way, anybody could hear maybe my cats in the background because I'm signing it from home. So, so
But
I'm a very pet friendly person too.
pets are family too, right? So yeah,
Absolutely. So right.
with you guys being very family oriented, definitely. What I okay, I just found that out. Apparently
Yeah,
pet friendly, and I'm sure your staff can help out with your pet needs and all that, right? It's
totally.
good.
Yes, behind us.
The bowling alley sounds really cool. But I think the last city that we're gonna cover for New Zealand is Napier, which
Yes, and
is
this you can see from the images itself is quite a boutique style, Art Deco style kind of interiors because that suits with the city that we are in.
yeah,
We have beautiful packages with some winery visits. We have a specialty restaurant over there as well. So the property is a high-end property,
yeah.
Swiss Bells Boutique, which is offering a luxury kind of experience for the guests, and the tourists love to go to Napier for the wines, basically.
Yeah, I could imagine. I mean, like I think, uh, yeah, it's aptly suited. I think in terms of design, yeah, even uh,
It is actually a
yeah,
new addition. So all of our
okay,
properties, by the way, that you will see in this presentation are quite fresh. Our portfolio is a very fresh portfolio, and I think that is what we
okay.
offer to guests.
All right. So, if anyone has any questions about these New Zealand properties, do chat away in the comment. Hopefully, we can go back and answer them, or maybe the social media team can help out and answer those questions for you guys. But we are moving on from New Zealand to Australia, the Australia portfolio. We are covering one for this, which is in
In
Sydney,
Sydney,
right?
yes.
And
And
this
I
one,
was in
yeah.
Sydney about
Okay.
a week, 10 days ago, of course, for business, but unfortunately only for business. I could not extend it. But Sydney is a fantastic place. I mean, for tourists, for business, anything. And our property is right in the middle of all that happens. 5 minutes from Opera House, 5 minutes from Harbour Bridge, and 5 minutes from all the party scene in Sydney. Yes.
Okay.
So
And
this is
this is the residence suites and residences, right? Which is
correct.
perfect for long stays, kind of like that. And you could see, I could see from the photos that this is like apartment style rooms, kind of like that. And in terms of design, to be honest, Priyanka, it's completely different. All these properties that we've seen so far, this one is different. Yeah, it feels very homey. Tell me, with the
It is
sofas and all.
indeed. Yeah. In fact, this is the only property which is apartment style and offers balconies in the middle of the city. No other property in Sydney would, at that location, would be able to offer such large apartments with balconies. So it's an experience, plus also a swimming pool, spa, a sauna, gym. It's a full package altogether. And the location, as I mentioned, is ideal for
Perfect for
tourists or for
yeah,
business.
perfect for
Yeah,
long
perfect
stays,
for
right?
long stay.
If you want to just kind of like spend time
But
in the
I would
yeah.
also say, Dimas, that because we offer studios as well over there, right? So short stay guests are also very, very, I mean, it's over there, I think 60% of our guests are short stay because of the
Ah,
location. They want to be there, and it's great, especially for families. Perfect, because they go there for holiday and they want a bigger place to stay in. Instead of booking two hotel rooms, they will book one apartment. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, all right. This is great. I like the white. I like the white walls tonight. But we're moving on now to Indonesia,
Yes.
which maybe most of our agents who are watching right now is familiar. The Indonesia portfolio, all the major cities, right? In
Everywhere in
Indonesia.
Indonesia. I mean,
Yes,
that
correct.
is our hub, I would say.
Yeah.
80% of our portfolio sits there, all cities, all islands, everything is covered by us. And you
Yeah.
can see on the map here
Mhm.
very much where we have almost 75 properties to offer in Indonesia itself.
Okay.
Yeah.
And further breakdowns in terms of the categories, right? One, which is Mawa, we're gonna get to that in very shortly. Upper upscale, which is your 5+ stars, and then 4 stars, 3 stars, and maybe 2 stars, which is the ZES, all the way there. You could see
So
there's a
as you
lot.
can
Right?
see, it's
Yeah.
like 37 properties are in the 5 and 4 star category, I mean, majorly
Yeah.
in the 4 star category,
Yeah.
32 in the 3 star category. So once again, that's our forte, really. But
Uh,
then I know you want to talk about Ma'oa, right? And
we'll get that
and
very
we will
shortly.
talk about the luxury. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, like I mentioned before, some of our agents are very familiar with the Swiss Bell Hotel properties in Indonesia, Jakarta based, because we are Jakarta based too. We've had an event in a Swiss Bell Hotel. Uh, we'll talk about that in Jakarta, but yeah, but we're talking about Bali. Sorry, I'm jumping ahead
Yeah.
already. Uh, a majority of it is in Bali too, right? Your the properties.
So yes, Bali being the international destination within Indonesia, we feel it is one of the key places for us to be in. And yes, we offer 8 properties in Bali, which are ranging all the way from 5 star to 2 star. So pretty much every area of Bali, and we are ready to cater to any kind of audience. Bali, of course, is a very, very tourist destination, not really so much as business. And what we offer is everything from family to couples to single stays. And the portfolio is quite large.
Mawa Penida. We are moving into that right
Hmm.
now.
Yes,
Okay,
and now we're
Mawa
moving on to
Penida.
this one, which you were waiting for. Yes. So,
Open. It was open during the pandemic, right? If I recall.
right.
Yeah.
Yes, 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 very much. It was open during the pandemic because we came up with this whole concept during the pandemic. It is a concept of merging the luxury with sustainability. So it's all about sustainability. It's completely environment friendly, but it talks into this luxurious guest, right, nestled into this beautiful Nusa Penida area. Uh, I myself have been there and I love it. Every villa in the property offers a private pool,
Mhm.
looks over these beautiful, vast areas. And I knew that you'll skip onto the video
Yeah,
because that is
just because
very
yeah,
mesmerizing.
this is gonna be representative enough. Yeah,
Yes,
the
exactly.
video.
And but I can keep talking about it. In fact, the concept is developed from the homeland of our chairman and the Fall
Mhm.
family, which is New Zealand, and from the Maori culture, which is all about taking care of your environment. So it
Yeah.
has a very deep meaning for our group, I would say, and the location was specifically chosen because of its absolute nature friendly locales, its nature friendly ways. There are organic gardens inside the property which serve the food, so it's fully organic food.
Yep.
We do our own, the community around, we take care that they provide us services. So it's an absolute sustainable thing, but
It's
also what we offer is pools
Yeah,
in the
it's a good thing you kind of went and explained all this because there is a question in the chat, right?
okay.
Curious why SBI chooses to open Mawa in Nusa Penida. Like she said just now, Mas Agus dari Mari Travel, because Nusa Penida is a short hop away from Bali anyway, right?
Right, right.
For maybe a local tourists who are maybe over Bali a bit, Nusa Penida is this very magnificent island just off of Bali. It's a completely different, I guess, swasana.
Yeah.
Oh, swasana,
Yes.
yeah, right, yeah.
Yeah. It's a
So
heaven.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's heaven. It's heaven,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Priyanka said. But then, like, I think, and then you did mention that because you want to get close with the locale there, with the whole sustainability, everything is
So, yes, it's a very
is
good
okay.
question, and thank you so much, Agus. I would definitely, yeah, just go ahead and repeat what I was mentioning about the Maori culture, where this
Ah,
whole concept comes from, Ma'oa. The culture is all about taking care of the environment. They They do a lot with their rivers, with their mountains. And we want to be very, very particular on the areas that we open up Ma'oa in, because that should talk into the concept of, a serene, environment-friendly experience to our guests. So in Maori language, we call it the Manohiri experience, which is our guest experience. It should be something which will be a wow, and guests should feel one with nature. And we felt Nusa Penida offered us that locale where we could offer activities to guests which they could experience nature with.
guys, I did mention that Priyanka knows everything by heart. So it's just, yeah,
Only
keep the
60
questions
years in
coming.
the company. Yes.
Okay, but yeah, unfortunately, we gotta move on from Bali.
Yeah.
We are going to the capital city of Indonesia, which is the Jakarta properties. I did jump a bit. I did mention that we did have an event in Swiss Berlin Kemayoran, and the agents there had a session where they talked about all the properties in Indonesia. Maybe you can add on to this, Priyanka.
Sure, sure. So Jakarta being the next, actually, the most important business city, right,
Yep.
in Indonesia, followed, of course, by Surabaya. In fact, even in Surabaya, we have almost equal number of properties. But in Jakarta, what you have on the screen, we have 8 hotels, very strategically located within the city, offering again a mix of 4 and 3 star. We don't have a 5 star here because we feel that mainly for a business point of view,
Mhm.
I think what businesses look for is really good value for money, and that is what we want to offer, along with a big offering of meetings and events because of what the city offers us. So we have great conferences, meetings, and events in all of
Yep.
these properties.
Yep. Like Robert says, there are many varieties of the property in Jakarta. You want like a recreational stay. Uh,
Yes,
you can do that.
totally.
And if you want
Yeah.
to have meetings, you want to have another
Mm.
MG Connect in Swiss Berlin, you could do
Yeah.
that.
Yes.
Yeah. But
Where would the
I'm
next one
excited.
be?
We'll talk about that later. Yeah. Okay. Moving on, right? We're just like country hopping, I think, right now. But we are
Yes.
moving on to Malaysia, and then you do want to focus on two particular properties here. You can tell us about
Yes,
this.
we want to talk about Malacca, the food capital of Malaysia. and very, very, I think, a driving distance from a city in Indonesia. I now I will have to recall the name, but this place, Malacca, offers our first five-star property, which is called Grand Swiss Bell Hotel Malacca. It is in the heart of the city. You can go all around a ferry, which takes you around the city over the lake. You can go to all these eateries, but also we have to offer very good food and beverage facilities within our property. This is a recent addition to our portfolio, and we're looking forward to actually a lot of Indonesian guests moving on there. It also offers very large conference facilities. Um, Malacca is also known for a lot of medical tourism, so people go there for health purposes. I mean, for medical treatments. So
Mm.
this property also is located right next to the hospital zones and also the university zones. Kuantan, the city is um, is is quite peculiar because it's known for a very special fish that you get on the banks of the water of
Yeah.
or the beach that our property is actually located on, and we have a specialty restaurant there that offers that as a specialty. Don't ask me to name it because I don't know the name of it, but yes, we know it's famous for that. But very good connectivity from Kuala Lumpur. But I can also mention here that this is one of our lovely family properties. People go there over a weekend. People go there, who's gone to Kuala Lumpur over a weekend to Kuantan, and they have a fantastic time within the property. We have a great kids club. We have three, four pools which are overlooking the beach. So it's
Yeah,
a
you
great
could
experience.
see it just right outside the window. It's
Yes,
just blue waters right there,
it's
Swiss
just
Bell Hotel
there.
Kuantan,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
But I did notice that this is the first Grand Swiss Bell Hotel that we've covered so far in this
That's right.
showcase, Priyanka
So
or
one of our
Malacca, right?
few five stars. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes. It is.
Moving
In
on.
fact,
Uh, yeah,
Thailand.
is Thailand. We're still in Southeast Asia, right?
Yep.
But the Thailand properties. Okay. What can you tell us about this?
So Krabi, I don't think so. I have to talk much about much about Krabi, especially with the travel agents that have signed in. It is very well known. So this property is an absolute villa property, which is in Krabi village, which is an art and culture place. This villas offer a very serene, quiet place away from a very crowded area of Krabi, but it's also just 40 minutes from the Phi Island by boat, where many people go as tourist destinations. So Thailand, most of the people are like hopping from one city to the other.
Yeah.
And with our two new upcoming properties in Thailand, I think we'll be able to offer very good packages along with Krabi and the others.
And I noticed the property itself is surrounded by cliffs, right? That I definitely getting the feeling like the island hopping vibe to this. If you want to
Yeah,
have that island getaway, this looks like it's the
totally.
perfect place. Yeah.
Yeah. So whatever
To
you've seen until
get in.
now, Dimas, let me ask you, what type of a travel do you prefer when you go for leisure?
I would be the type of person to nap at the beach. So this
Okay.
looks perfect. This looks perfect.
Good, good.
Any of your properties that you want to offer me that has like a long stretch of beach that I can
Yeah.
just fall asleep under the umbrella, I would probably go to that, Priyanka.
There's a lot.
Uh,
There's a lot. Okay,
yeah,
so we give
yeah,
you a choice to choose from.
yeah. Well, every choice so far has been, like, oh, okay, well, maybe I'll
Yeah,
think
yeah.
about that.
Maybe
Yeah,
I
kind of
guess
like that.
yes.
Yeah.
Don't you feel like, oh yeah, the next vacation is around the corner? A boss, sign my leave.
Yeah, correct. I haven't taken my leave yet, so okay.
Yeah.
But anyways, moving on to the next country, Vietnam. We were kind of on a roll with Vietnam for the past couple of weeks, Priyanka. So maybe the agents are excited for what you guys have to offer in the country.
Sure.
Uh,
So Vietnam, as of now, what we have is a property in Dalat, but that is absolute, again, a very, very environment friendly place. You
yeah,
can see the mountains in the background. What
mountains.
we
Yeah,
offer here is a nine-hole golf course right outside the property. So it's a golfing zone, a Dalat,
yeah,
and it's even though it's a four-star offering, but it's a high-end four-star offering. And we are coming up with many more properties in Vietnam actually, which are in the city. So that would be a good portfolio altogether. But currently, this is the one which is ideal for people who are going for golf, people who are going for families, and or just nature.
This is aptly named because like the when I see like the building, yeah, this is a resort, Swiss, which is yeah, it falls under the category the resort, Swiss Bell Resort, right? Yeah, and I'm surprised. I'm surprised in Vietnam, you've got a property that's kind of like surrounded by mountains, forests, kind of like that.
Correct. Vietnam is all about just, oh wow, it's in the
Yeah,
city and it's
yeah.
happening and
Sometimes,
it's fast.
sometimes it's in cities or just the beach, but then this particular property, you just kind of like, yeah, this is a resort. It looks like a
Yeah,
resort, right?
yeah.
Uh, okay, the Philippines. Philippines for those who we haven't really covered a lot of Philippines, and so I'm excited for this. What can you tell us about the properties
Mm.
in
In Philippines,
Philippines?
it's quite interesting because we are in Manila and Makati, two most important destinations that I would say Philippines is an upcoming destination, right? So,
Yeah,
and it is getting popular quite quickly. And most of the traffic that we see coming into is Manila and Makati. So we chose these locations, one in Manila, which is right next to Chinatown. So ideal for traders, and it is a four-star property. Then you have the other one, which is in Makati, which is an apartment style property or
yeah.
suites, which is good for long stay and also for short stay, like I mentioned, especially for families who want a bigger style apartment and want to go around. But Philippines, as of now, is more on a business come leisure, maybe a bleisure kind of a thing. You know, people go
Yeah.
there to visit and then they would extend their stay and want to look around Philippines. It has something very beautiful to offer. But as of now, we have these two properties and the portfolio is growing there as well.
Uh, Definitely, like we are just hopping from country to country, and I'm excited. And I did. One thing I noticed is the room numbers, 271, 360s. All your properties, you know, offers a wide range of. I'm guessing room categories, and but the quantity of it, uh,
Yeah. So we
it's
are
it's
able to host good groups actually in
yeah.
most of our properties,
There's been a
which
few
is
questions about groups, kind of like that. I'm sure.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, sure, sure. I mean, happy to answer. But yes, you are very right, Dimas, and a good observation once again. It is properties are large enough for big groups, for series, for something which is like back to back,
Yeah, gatherings and
tour.
all that, right? Yeah.
Yes, and also when it comes to meetings, when it comes to weddings, when it comes to conferences, so we offer big conference areas. We also offer rooms with it. So it's residential conferences. So properties are quite apt, I would say, in terms of the group requirements, whether it's with rooms, without rooms. Um, and yeah, especially the ones in Philippines offer very big conference
All right,
facilities.
exciting. Moving on to the next one. Okay, we're starting to
Ah,
move westward
Middle
this time,
East, we
right?
are
We're
coming
out
to
of
my
okay,
place.
which is yeah. Okay, six countries, but we are going to be covering four of them with that has yeah, the Swiss Bell Hotel properties. Can you maybe tell us about
Yeah,
a little bit
so
about?
very much this is where my home is since the past 20 years. I've been based in Dubai as a part of Middle East, and we have properties in Kuwait. We have two properties in Kuwait, four in Bahrain, one in Qatar, one in Oman, very soon opening new ones in Saudi Arabia, and hopefully soon to announce one in Dubai as well. And I think the couple of other slides ahead are
Yeah,
showcasing some of the properties. I don't know which country is on the next slide.
yeah. We're
So we're
starting with
starting off
Qatar
with
first. Yeah,
Doha, yeah, which was famous, put on the map thanks to the World Cup
yeah.
in 2022, right? So yes, we were very much there with FIFA, and the property is a three-star offering, but
It
the
doesn't look
only
like a three-star
three-star,
property. It doesn't look
exactly.
like a.
Yes,
Yeah.
and believe me, the must three-star property, the only three-star in the whole of Doha which offers alcohol. So it has a
Ah,
pub, it
okay.
has a specialty restaurant, it has everything that a four-star would offer, but it's a three-star only because It doesn't have a pool, but that's it. But it's
Okay.
a great location, right in the middle, perfect for business, perfect for leisure, right on the Corniche. So it's a great property. Again, I
Yeah.
think what we really choose is location, key for us, and also what we offer are spacious rooms because we don't like to give pigeonholes to people to stay
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I'm sure during that whole World Cup, FIFA, this was very popular too. But we are moving on to the next country, Oman. Like
Oman.
just back to back, like moving on to the next properties. I could see how like the design is. I like talking about design, Priyanka. So hopefully I don't like go off too much about
Yeah,
this.
good,
But
good. That's good.
all these doesn't look like 3-star hotels. They look very very nice, very
Yeah.
luxurious, kind of like that. What can you tell us about this one?
So yeah, thanks for that, Dimas. Our properties definitely, even if they are in the three-star category, we make sure that design-wise we are keeping up with the modern times. I had mentioned previously, but maybe I'll repeat it. We offer a lot of fresh products, so we make sure that our designs are up to date with what our modern travelers are looking
Yeah.
for. Especially in a three-star, I feel a trendy property is something that is really the need for millennials and even now for the coming
Yeah,
generation.
I I
So,
think that's the keyword I want. It very trendy. The pictures
yeah,
I'm seeing, it's
right.
very trendy. Yeah,
Okay. And so, yeah, this is an offering right next to the airport in Muscat, which is the capital of Oman. And this is again a three-star property, which is very famous. I think we are the ones who kind of brought this kind of an concept into the whole city, and now we see two, three other popping up similar. But in terms of location, just 5 minutes from the airport, and because Muscat City is not that big, we are just 15 minutes from the city as well. So great place for transit, great place for people who would like to stay a bit closer to the airport but go into the city for their work.
yeah.
And yeah, it
Maybe
is
I'm jumping ahead
one of our new
a bit.
properties.
Yeah, I think someone's curious about like 3-star hotels in all the Middle East.
Have
We
meeting
do
rooms.
have two more. Yeah, yeah, meeting rooms or meeting
So
venues, kind of like that.
yeah, thanks, Robert. Very much. The one that I showed you in Doha has good conference facilities. This one in Muscat might not have, but yes, the portfolio coming ahead is definitely offering you some of the good meeting spaces.
Coming ahead.
So especially in
Yeah.
Bahrain. Yes.
Okay.
So Robert, here in Bahrain, you would definitely be able to get good meeting spaces in four of our properties. And what we offer is from a five-star to and five and four, but hotel as well as apartments. So Manama is a very small city, and we have large ballroom. We also have a couple of small meeting rooms, so it could cater to any kind of mice groups. And because the best part is, because Manama is small, even if you use the meeting facilities at one venue of ours, we could very much host your group into another hotel, right? So if you don't want to spend much money and you're looking for a three or a four-star, but the conference facilities in a five-star, we get your good rate there and package it for you. So that's the good thing of having a couple of properties
That's
in the city.
good to know. That's
Yeah.
good. The four properties here, the four properties in Bahrain, definitely. Not only in Bahrain, but other cities that have Swiss Bell Hotel residents. You could,
You could
you do have
actually
that
package
package to kind of
these.
like move around.
Totally. Yeah.
One unique trivia, I kind of remember this from our conversation the other day. Particularly about the Seaf, it's one of the first properties in
Yes,
your
yes.
portfolio.
It is still our flagship property in the Middle East. It opened up not, I mean, still about just 5, 6 years old, so
Mhm.
not really that old. It is right in the middle of Central Business District. This is the
Mhm.
one that offers a lot of meeting facilities, a rooftop bar. And on the 10th floor, I think what you noticed, which was there in the previous photo but not here,
Yeah, yeah.
is our special swimming pool, which is something that people love to spend time on.
But then again,
It's
looking at this photo, it's just the view from that, Priyanka.
correct,
Yeah,
right next to the
yeah,
waters. And in
yeah,
fact, most of the properties here give you these beautiful water views because Manama is surrounded, it's like an island.
yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah.
surrounded by water everywhere. And our properties are located in areas where people would get lovely views.
Okay. We move on to the next one, the
Yeah,
last one in the Middle
absolutely.
East, the Kuwait
Kuwait.
property.
Yeah, Kuwait, two properties. They are in the category of 3 star and a 5 star. I mean, when we say 5 star, it's a boutique, so not
Yeah.
that big, a very cozy feeling, but offers an absolute beautiful interior, a lovely concept for people who want to experience this special service, customized service, and also not have too much of noise of a very large property. And the Shark, Swiss Berlin Shark, is our 3 star property, which is right in the middle of Central Business District.
Uh,
Kuwait is currently very, very business oriented, but that
yep.
business
Yep.
is also coming from a lot of travel agents because of groups moving on from IT companies, from engineering companies into projects over there. So we offer very good packages for these kind of groups on long stays as
Yep.
well, because these properties are quite apt for long stays. They offer these small little kitchenettes in them.
Uh, that's good to know. But that pretty much wraps up about all the
Yes.
properties that we can cover today. There's a lot more, definitely, but then yeah, just want to just a little bit of wrap up of the Swiss Bell Hotel portfolio: 125 properties in
Yes.
20 countries, 16 brands, with more properties to come. Right,
Yes, a
with more
lot more to
properties to come.
come. Yeah, a lot
I'm
more
excited
in the
about that.
development stage. Yes.
We'll give a sneak peek of that at the end of the presentation. But we are moving on to the whole Swiss Bell Hotel service and hospitality aspect of things that you want to
Yeah.
showcase. Okay, you do have a loyalty program. So any agents or any guests that want to kind of you know find out more, there
Totally.
are this app. You can explain it to them if you want
So
to.
actually, our loyalty program is very, very different from all the others. It is a discount card. It's free to join in. It's not that you have to pay any amount beforehand, but it's not like you're gaining on points and then waiting to redeem them. It's
Mhm.
instant benefits. You become a member and you start getting discounts. So this loyalty program has was actually launched again just out of COVID, and it has been a great success. So as every hotel chain would have, yes, we have a loyalty program. We want our guests coming back to us. Even with travel agents, hopefully we'll be launching a
Yeah.
bookers program very soon as well.
Yeah, I see savings. I see benefits. Definitely, if
Yeah.
you travel agents want to check this out, you can do
And
that.
this is not just on rooms, but also on food and beverage. So it's
Okay.
all
Okay.
across.
Complete
Yeah.
package right there. So okay, we're
Ah,
talking about a very special
a
mascot
special
that
guest.
you have. Yep. Yep. A special
Yes.
guest right here. This is taken in
Yeah.
solo. I was asking you and your team about that. This is actually taken in solo. There's a Bechak there, if people don't know. But what can you tell us about Bernie?
So Bernie, it is again our Swiss heritage. Bernie comes from Saint Bernard, the rescue dog, which goes to rescue people in Swiss Alps, and we have these very cute little toys, stuffed toys, which we actually bring about, have it for the kids in the rooms, have it in our kids clubs, also for sale on our front office. But we have also created a nice assets, like WhatsApp, GIF images, WhatsApp
Mm,
assets, Instagram assets of Bernie, mainly because we feel Bernie was chosen as a mascot to showcase security, safety, and warmth in our properties.
yeah.
But we have also
You see
attached
this
it
in all
to
your properties, yeah?
every property, correct.
Okay.
And when we sell the Bernie at the front desk, we associate it with a corporate social responsibility aspect as
Okay.
well, because we are associated with a hotel school in Cambodia as a company. And the amount that anybody would buy the Bernie for, a portion of that would go to this school to develop women, especially coming from low income groups, to get careers, build careers in hospitality.
Ah,
So
okay.
that is just a little bit about our company. Yeah.
Get to know Bernie. Get to know Bernie.
Yes,
I'm sure
perfect.
some of our agents have noticed there are Saint Bernard plushies in all your properties. But if anyone was curious about that, yeah, this is his name is
And
Bernie.
this one is
His
a
name
very
Bernie. Yeah,
cute little fellow.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Uh, Talking about the upcoming properties, we are about to wind down on the showcase today, Priyanka. But maybe for the agents who are curious, there's a couple of questions like, are there going to be more properties in Pattaya? kind of like that,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
the
yeah.
in Vietnam.
I wish
There's a lot.
Pattaya would be the next one. Yes, we are coming up definitely with more properties in Thailand, which are not mentioned here as of now, but happy to share with you because they'll be open. There are two properties that are opening within 2 weeks' time in Thailand, and we are right now rebranding them. So we're just at the right stage of announcing them. But the ones that we can very well share with you are the ones on the screen here. So you can see Vietnam is growing big. We have one in Phuoc, Bintian, two of them in Bintian, Hanoi, especially. The another one coming up in Australia is in Brisbane. Egypt also we are stepping into. Iraq in Erbil, and then you see Indonesia is growing again more.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
already have a large portfolio, but they never stop. So we are also having another Maua upcoming actually in Labuan Bajo and Saudi Arabia, two properties, and then Kenya is our latest
Yeah,
offering, which
which
where
is
we've stepped into Nairobi.
that caught my eye. Kenya.
Mm.
I mean, a portfolio in Africa, right? That's
Yeah,
something that I want to kind of check out later.
mm,
Uh,
sure.
but we are winding down this showcase, Priyanka. Maybe I will show the travel agents that if you're curious about those properties that we covered or we haven't covered, just scan this QR code. What it will take you to is your website,
Hmm.
everything, every information about all the properties in
Yeah,
your
it's
portfolio.
basically an online resource, Dimas, if I may, where they can go into every region. They can even download some collateral for us and learn more about us. Yeah.
Cool, kind of like that. But and if anyone wants to download the presentation today, I'm just gonna switch this back and forth as we wind down the session today. For the presentation, the video for Mawa, because I you know I like looking at the video.
Oh, you're
You
going there
could.
next. We know.
I know. Like if I'm going to Bali, I think I'm just gonna cross over to Nusa Penida.
Definitely have
Yeah.
to. Yes.
But the presentations here and the videos for Mawa and the company profile for Swiss Hotel is located here. Now, as I did mention at the start of the session today, we are giving away two free stay vouchers. I think you did mention that you can choose any property except for Mawa, right? And
Yeah.
that first free stay voucher is gonna fall to Agus Mari Travel for asking an aptly timed
Oh,
question today. Agus Mari Travel,
wow.
you have one free stay voucher, and then for the second one, like usual, if you guys still want to win that free stay voucher, we do have a quiz over on our MG Friends Instagram that involves you guys answering a question. And hopefully, you guys win that free stay voucher. So check that out at the end after the session has ended. But this has been a very cool and insightful showcase. Like
Same
I'm still
here.
amazed. I'm still amazed. You know everything by heart, Priyanka, and I have enjoyed. Just like I wanted
Thank
to ask
you.
you like something out of the blue about like each particular property, but sadly we don't have time. But I'm sure you could go on and on about all the
I
properties in
can.
Swiss
This
Hotel.
is what salespeople do, right? So that's it.
Yeah,
We
but
can go on and on. No, but
maybe
also very, very proud of the
yeah,
whole company and the portfolio.
we
Thanks.
we do have the social media team answering questions. Maybe if we have leftover some questions that we didn't get to cover, you can just maybe monitor the chat. But for you, Priyanka, since we are at the end of the session today, maybe you have some parting words for those who are watching.
Sure. Now, first of all, I would just like to say a very big thank you for especially people who stayed through the whole session. I know, I think we extended it a bit more than what was expected. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so a big thanks to them. And also a big, big thank you for their support.
Mhm.
We make sure that we keep offering more and more to our travel agents, not just in terms of the properties, but also in terms of our value offering, in terms of packages, and we also would like to hear back feedback if
Yes,
they
yes, yes.
would like anything in terms of customization on any of our properties, in terms of especially dietary aspects or something, in particular areas. Very happy to look into that as well. The
I'm
whole
just gonna
idea
flash
is,
this. I'm just gonna
yeah,
flash this over
sure,
in case.
absolutely. And the whole idea is basically to make sure that we are partnering right and giving you the right portfolio to sell to your clients and to the guests. And also, not to miss out, a very big thank you to MG Holidays.
Yep, this was a pleasure. I mean, thank you so much for joining us very early during your time. I know you're. I just found out that you were in Dubai a couple of days ago, and hopefully, it wasn't so bad. It was a very fun
It was
conversation
great.
with you, Priyanka, and
Thank you, everyone.
I get to ask you a lot of questions, kind of like that. But thank you to all the agents who have stayed with us throughout the whole session. Thank you for Swiss Bell Hotel International for showcasing all these properties, 125
Yeah,
properties, right? Uh, thank you, and we'll see
thank
you in the next
you.
MG Connect. See you guys.
Take care. Bye.